Okay, good morning, Brian. Thanks again, mate. Let's have a look into Andrographis. So Andrographis is the most bitter herb, and like it says there, it's anti-cancer, and it's something you go on to stimulate your own immune system fighting the cancer. That's why it says immunostimulating there as well. It'll actually help your body to fight it. So, some of these plants, you don't say it just acts on the molecules, right? It has its spirit that helps your body, right? Once it realizes it's in there. It's an amazing thing. You would know that kind of thing because I know that you take drugs, for instance, which has got to do with entheogenosis, really. If you're into that kind of stuff, you get, thrust into, wanting to consume all the different varieties from, in my opinion, that. And, differentiated perception and, escapism as well from pain and stuff. But, one thing I know is once you take an entheogen, you often want to discover what the other ones are like. It just means plant spirit. Now, this is not one in the sense of it's not a psychedelic. It's just like a regular herb, so to speak. But very powerful. It's like, I've given it a bad name by saying it's regular. It's so fucking powerful, this one. It's just so bitter. And bitters are the things that work on the body. It's not the sweet compounds. Saponins, they clean, different things to different things, amino acids build, and so on and so forth. And you get the metals, right, your minerals in plants, it's the same, it's a building aspect, it's going to build your body. But what I mean here is that just Andrographis is like a crazy cleaner and regulator. And I want to look into it further because I haven't looked at this for so long, and I had it, years and years ago. So I want to know everything about it right now, like pretending that I don't know anything about it, and it has been a long time. I've also forgotten a lot. So you can use up to 340 milligrams daily for a year. So that's what I mean by regular herb. It's like just a tonic. It's not a psychedelic or even an elixir or something that you don't take all the time. Tonic is long use. You can take it like it says here for 12 months. But yeah, it's what I'd recommend if you have like cancer. You'd get on hardcore Andrographis, and it is hardcore. If you ask someone to drink this, a strong tea of Andrographis, they'll probably spit it out. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those things. If you don't know it, it's really bad. So yeah, often they're super healing herbs that are really, really bitter. And this is the case with Andrographis. Yeah, definitely it's going to heal your respiratory tract. Like, it just has a cleaning action throughout the whole body. So it should say it for the heart and cardiovascular even. Oh, there you go. It reduces heart rate even as well. So the dichloromethane, DCM, extract of Andrographis paniculata Nice was tested for cardiovascular activity, and the extract significantly reduced coronary perfusion pressure. So yeah, it has a general cleaning action, and that's alterative in my opinion. It's just altered your system. So it must be an alterative, even if that's not like some people's definition of alterative, Does it rate blood pressure? It's just no, because it lowers it, it just says. So it can go low, okay. That's what they've said again. Good for the kidneys, it should be. So they're saying acute kidney injury may occur shortly after intravenous infusion of andrographilide, with symptoms including flank pain, decreased urine output, and nausea. Right, so you can actually get a problem with the kidneys in this, but I reckon it'd be to do with clearing it out. That's interesting. We should probably have a little look into that, because that's what I mean. It is super strong. Like, it's a really strong thing. I never knew it to have any negative effect like that, so we're gonna go have a look at it. So lavostatin, as an inhibitor of HMGCR, also reduce body weight. Interesting. So andrographis treatment suppressed body weight gain by 10%, 20% at the doses of 50 and 100 milligram. So yeah, definitely, like, you know, proper good diuretic in the right way. It's really thorough. Although numerous herbal plants have been reported to be efficacious in liver protection, Andrographis paniculata is the most widely used herb for HEPA protection. Really, particularly in Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine. I don't know it to be popular. I remember in Australia, but it wasn't, you know, everywhere. I had to go to Nimbin or like Happy High Herbs shops to get it. It was not just in the supermarket. So it's not that common. Maybe in America, I don't know. Andrographis, commonly known as crete or green chiretta, is an annual herbaceous plant. So it's native to India and Sri Lanka and all that. Okay, it's good for asthma, I'd expect it to be. So it inhibits NAF, nuclear factor kappa beta, NFKB there, which is inflammation pathway responses. So yeah, and that's a major marker in the body. I've mentioned that before in videos, nuclear factor kappa beta. It's like, you know, histamines and stuff like that. The inflammation, substance P, the inflammation markers. So when you fuck with them and turn them off, your body doesn't get as much inflammation. It helps with inflammation. It's very interesting. You know, that's a different type of inflammation as direct. Like if you put a toxin on a cell and it just, you know, turns it on fire and rubs it the wrong way and has a chemical reaction or something. This is like stopping, it's like a middleman, I guess. Yeah, it's the king of bitter, I told you. Andrographis paniculata, king of bitters, commonly known as Kalmech, belongs to the family of Ansathaceae. We already read about that. Probably can, yeah, it can probably cause you some discomfort in the stomach, like it says there, because it's so powerful, but it's going to be purgative. You're going to be taking off certain colonies of meat bacteria, sugar bacteria, certain, you might be affecting, what's it called? You know, the yogurt strains. So in Chinese, that's its name. Yeah, it should be an adaptogen, isn't it? Yes, it does. Nice. So it's an adaptogenic herb, which means... Let's look at the actual definition of it. What does that mean? Adaptogen. Because I don't want to say it off the top of my head. I want to say what they're saying on this one. I remember reading about it. Adaptogen definition. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. What do they say here? For adapting to stress? What the kind of fucking definition are they running with these days? Let's see what Merriam-Webster says here. Resist the damaging effects of stress and restore normal psychological function. That is the worst definition of adaptogen ever. Adaptogen means it adapts, so like it's like a super alterative. If the colony of bacteria changes that it's battling, it would change peptides and stuff, you know. It would change its arsenal of guns, so to speak, and fire back with different molecular aid, or help your body to do that, essentially. Like adaptogens, when we used to talk about them in the superfood movement, we're talking about them like a conscious plant. So this definition for me is whack, man. It's not a good definition at all. There must be another definition that someone's running with. Let's have a look at a list here. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Homeostatic balance. That's what I should have said. So adaptogens are good for homeostatic balance. That's a great way to say it. So now you'd understand. We don't have to go further into it. Anyway, let's get back to what we're looking at there. Andrographis. Let's have a look at what indigoherbs.uk has to say about it. Yeah, see, like it adapts and changes your immune responses, regulating macrophage phenotypic polarization. See, that's why I wanted to look up the definitions, because I can't remember all the big hard words like that. So yeah, it regulates macrophage phenotypic polarization. Sheesh. Sounds heavy duty. Regulatory alterative, like a smart herb, you know what I mean? Regulates your immune system, like I said, to bacterial and viral attacks. See? And you know, when you have cancers, it's got to do with, people always point out like they're like yeast-like and kind of fungus-like, and you want to be cutting off blood flow, and you know, bacteria can be around there. Right, so it's one of the most widely ones used for respiration, apparently. 14 participants were given the placebo or 1200 milligram daily of an Andrographis extract, which standardized to contain 5% only andrographilide, which gives you the idea of how powerful it is, that it's taking the extract of a plant and going only 5%. So it's really, really powerful. And you're never going to want to use it unless it's like an emergency herb. That's what I've been trying to like stress. That's how I see it. It's not something you're going to just take. I was, because I was hardcore, like into, you know, health and stuff like 10 years ago. And on the Gold Coast there at the university, and you can see all my videos, but I had a bottle that was 1.5 litre, and I had 2 of these glass bottles, and in one I'd put regular water, which was the best water I could find wherever I was. So sometimes it was spring water from out in nature, unboiled, you know, like proper, the best water that you can get, like up Mount Warning, North New South Wales, Australia. They sell that water, and I'd just go, you know, there for the day. So I'd be able to just pick up my own water there. From the streams, I drink from the streams and everything out there. Best water ever. And you feel the difference. My favourite water is up the top of the mountain in a clay pool That's my favourite water ever because it tastes sweet from the broad mineralisation from the pool of the clay and rock minerals. And I mean, it's just the best ever, and it's levitative. Well, we won't go into that. But yeah, andrographoloids are effective against hepatitis. So I mean, that's pretty intense. Oh wait, hold on. Andrographis has demonstrated protection to the liver and effectiveness against infective hepatitis. Yeah, okay. I thought it said ineffective, but infective. Yeah, so it even fights hepatitis. That's interesting. And it's been used for 4,000 years in Ayurveda, so you know, it's not going to kill your human body really. It's just a few problems maybe, but you can get that with a lot of things. It's because it's so strong. It's not because it's like a bad guy or something. Oh, here we go. This is interesting. Look at this. They got an assay. Constituents here. This is what I love in the article when you find something good like this, because now I know actually what's in there and I can like go study this word, right, and see exactly what does this do. It's a natural product found in blah 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 and in Andrographis. So then you can go look up the molecule there. You can see the exact structure, and if you know what you're looking at, you then immediately know what else you can like use it for, what else it does, right? So everybody who creates plant articles, I really encourage you to like try as hard as you can to get these type of assays in there, the breakdown of the contents. So it's got andrographolide, a diterpene. See, now I know, because it's, oh, okay, so it's a diterpene. Diterpene lactone. Cyclic esters of organic acids. And if it's an acid, it's not like, oh, that's bad then, but you need it to corrode. Like that could be what corrodes a certain type of cancer. That's how this sort of thing works, So it's not that the acid's bad, it will be attacking something bad in your body. And if you can take it for 12 months, it's like it's not going to do the same thing to your epithelial cell. It's just the chemical reactions and stuff, right? Let's have a look what this one is. If we can look further into it. Oh, we already didn't we? Does that say carbohydrate? No. Terpenoid. Yeah, it's also a terpenoid. Right, I'm running out of space on my phone here, guys, so I'm going to cut the video. Thanks a lot for donating, Brian. But yeah, look into this one. It's hardcore. Wait, what's this one before I go? I just want to have a look at this. A bipolymer consisting of arabinose and galactose monosaccharides. Interesting. Mycolic acid. Right. The mycobacterial bacillus. Oh, okay.